And coming to classification of crystalline solids. So generally solids are in two types, crystalline solids and amorphous solids. So that classification is basing upon the arrangement of particles in it. If all the particles, atoms, ions or molecules are arranged in a regular orderly manner, they are called crystalline solids. If arrangement is not in a regular orderly manner, that is called amorphous solid. Okay. So crystalline solids, which shows the long range order, again gets classified into four different types. So this classification is basing on two factors mainly. Number one, nature of particles, basing upon the nature of the particles, and intermolecular forces. So basing upon the nature of the particles and intermolecular forces, all the solids, they are in four types again. Ionic solids, molecular solids, covalent solids or network solids, and metallic solids. Okay. So four types of crystalline solids. Number one, ionic solids. Number two, molecular solids. And third one is covalent or network solids. Then fourth one is metallic solids. Okay. Then I'll explain all the properties of these solids one by one in the tabular form. Okay. So first coming to ionic solids. So ionic solids, constant particles are nothing but ions. Okay. Positively charged ions, negatively charged ions. These are the constant particles present in ions. Then type of forces present in between ions. So ionic bond is a strong electrostatic force of attraction that binds to oppositely charged ions. Okay. So that's why bonding forces, attractive forces present in between ions are strong electrostatic force of attraction. So strong bonds are there. That's why binding energy is also strong. So binding energy in kilojoules per mole. So for ionic solids, binding energy is 400 to 4000 kilojoules per mole. Okay. Then ionic solids, they are generally hard and also shows brittle nature. Okay, easily breakable, brittle nature. Then melting point of ionic solids, that is nearly 1500 Kelvin. Okay, melting point is 1500 Kelvin. Then some conductance properties, electrical conductance. So ionic solids, when they are in solid state, they are bad conductors of heat and electricity. Okay. So in solid state they are insulators. When they are in fused state or in molten form, or when they get dissolved in water, that is in aqueous solution form, in this state they are good conductors of electricity. Okay. So in fused state or in aqueous solution, good conductors of electricity, and in solid state they are insulators. Then coming to some examples. Ionic solid, all of you know about sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a ionic compound. Okay. So NaCl, KCl, CaF2, magnesium oxide, zinc sulfide. So all these are some examples of ionic solids. Okay. Then coming to molecular solids. Next type of solids. So in molecular solids, constituent particles are molecules. Okay, all the molecules are arranged in a regular orderly manner. So molecules are bonded with weak forces of attraction. So nature of forces present between molecules. They are weak forces which are called van der Waals forces. So weak van der Waals forces are hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding is also weak electrostatic force of attraction present between hydrogen and highly electronegative atom. So this is also weak force. Okay. So nature of forces are weak van der Waals forces or hydrogen bonds. They are present in the molecular solids. So weak forces, that's why binding energy is very less. That is less than 40 kilojoules per mole. Okay. And these are very soft in nature. Molecular solids are very soft and melting point is very, very lower melting points. They shows the lower melting points. Then coming to conductivity. All are insulators. Molecular solids are insulators. They are bad conductors, insulators. Okay. Then coming to some examples. Iodine, solid carbon dioxide. Solid carbon dioxide, that is also called as dry ice. Then solid argon. So solid argon melts below room temperature, below 298 Kelvin temperature. Okay. So that much lower melting points they generally possess. Molecular solids possess. Okay. So solid argon, ice. Okay. General ice, H2O. Solid HCl, solid SO2, all these are some examples regarding molecular solids. Okay. Next type of solids, covalent or network solids. So in covalent or network solids, constant particles are atoms. Okay. So all the atoms are bind with covalent bonds by sharing electrons. Okay. So forces of attraction is covalent forces. That is nothing but covalent bond between the atoms. Okay. And the binding energy, this is also lesser binding energy. They also possess smaller binding energy. Okay. So 150 to 500 kilojoules per mole. But coming to hardness, covalent solids or network solids, they are very hard in nature. Okay. So due to hardness, they also shows higher melting points. Nearly 4000 Kelvin melting point. Okay. Shown by the covalent solids. And covalent solids are also bad conductors of heat and electricity. So these are insulators. Except graphite. Graphite is a covalent solid. So some exemptions are there here. So graphite, we can use graphite as a conductor of electricity. Okay. Okay. As an electrode. We use graphite as an electrode. That's why this is one of the exemption. Then coming to some examples here. Silica, quartz, silicon carbide, which is also called as carborundum, aluminum nitride, boron nitride, carbon allotropes, diamond graphite, all these are covalent or network solids. Okay. Then coming to metallic solids. Okay. So in metallic solids, metals by losing electrons they converts into ions. Okay. So metal ion, that is positively charged ion. So constituent particles are positively charged ions and delocalized electrons. Metals loses electrons. So electrons are within the solid itself, metallic solid itself. Okay. So particles are positive ions and delocalized electrons. So nature of forces. Attractive forces between positively charged metal ion and a delocalized electron. So electrostatic attractions between metal ion and electrons. So these are the bonding forces. Then binding energy is in between 70 to 1000 kilojoules per mole. Metals may be hard or soft. So that's why they shows higher or lower melting points. And all the metals are good conductors of electricity. These are good conductors of electricity. So example, all metals. Okay, all the metals, they are metallic solids. Okay.